Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Clover and I'm a Wikipedian with more than 38,000 edits. Today's video is going to be expanding the article about playpens. So, when I started the other day, the article looked slightly different. It had no inline citations whatsoever. The article looked slightly different. Haven't really done much to it yet. You can see bit by bit what I've changed. I was like, oh, you don't need to do the his, her thing. Mention that they're also called play yards. Move the dictionary thing to history. That's a formatting thing. And then that was being more concise. So a few small changes here or there. Now what I'm gonna do is do something about these images. I don't think we really need 3 of them. So what I'm gonna do Oh, I forgot to make it yeah, I don't want that. So to avoid that, I'm gonna say this, from right. There we go. That's a more normal sized photo. And I think that's another formatting thing. I'll know when. Yeah, that's what I want. But I think I should have a bullet here. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Quality isn't the quite word. Quality isn't quite the best word. Not trim either, because that's more of a text thing. Reduce the amount of images. Okay. Don't know why that's italicized. don't want to scare people. Because, I mean, it's tragic, very tragic, that 52 children have died. But it also, like, I don't want people to not use playpens because they think that their kid will die. Like, modern safety standards exist for a reason. And, like, statistically speaking, you're more likely to have your kid die from, like, choking on food. Do we have an article on positional I cannot say that word. Yeah, we do. Okay. I feel like that might be coming to a conclusion on me by the source. I hate when I can't think of words. Paraphrasing is hard sometimes. Say where? I mean, considering how common it is, I feel like I should be able to say rare. Most injuries related to playpens involve... This is why it's good to read it out. Most injuries related to playpens involve children climbing out and falling. A high side rail height can prevent this outcome. Playpens have been involved in 52... I don't like that phrasing. Let's try this again. Most injuries related to playpens involve children climbing out and falling. A high side rail height can prevent this outcome. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has recorded at least 52 deaths involving playpens, most of which were caused by positional asphyxia. Other playpen safety risks include entrapment, for playpen safety risk is entrapment. Getting stuck. Like, that's all kind of the same thing, though, because, like, it all involves the kid being trapped. Yeah, okay. Let's read this out. Most injuries related to playpens involve children climbing out and falling. A high side rail height can prevent this outcome. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has recorded at least 52 deaths involving playpens, most of which were caused by positional asphyxia. Another safety risk is entrapment through wedging, clothes getting stuck, or parts falling on top of the child. I think that's decent. Well, I mean, obviously it's not something you'd want to happen, but I mean, I feel like my paraphrase is decent. Nervous laughter is the worst. Well, not the worst. I overthink things. So where's the page? Okay, page 84. Author Karen Liller. All right. (2006). Expand information about safety risks. Just one more time to make sure the ref looks good. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, I think I understand why that one word was italicized. Probably has a specific definition under legislation. Okay. Traditional wooden playpen. I don't think I've ever seen a playpen with sideways bars. The idea of that seems weird. I think it was used in that really old historical photo. This article is surprisingly thorough, but I'm not sure how much I can use it. I'm gonna have to think about it. Because I can definitely use it more than I have already. Because I mostly just used it for like basic info. But apparently there's like big parenting debates about whether or not a playpen is appropriate and all that. But unless I have to change my laundry, so maybe I'll make a part 2. Time for part 2. I found a few more sources too. So it's not just the Slate source anymore. Oh, this is just a metaphor. Okay. What about this? That is such a specific research topic. I'm gonna rename this section Safety and Regulation. Because that's a better name for it. Alright. It's kind of cruel to take the playpen back. Especially when it mentioned that it was out of reach financially. Oh. I guess. Okay. Maybe they changed their mind when they were finally concluding the study of, oh, we should give them the choice to keep it. That's such an interesting way to start a sentence because of a recent chicken plague. Were they not wearing diapers? This is not how I thought I was going to be using the source, but pillows and blankets also pose as a suffocation hazard. Oh. Put that in the wrong field. Okay. Oh, okay. It should have just paid attention to the banner. The American Journal of Tropical Medicine and Hygiene. Okay. 2020. Okay. I think I have all the fields filled in now. I want to move this because my concern is that I'm saying the word risk too much. I'm concerned about flow. But I'm only saying that twice. So, yeah, I don't need to worry about that. It's not like I'm saying it like 5 times. Right. I feel like this tag is overkill for like 2 paragraphs of unsighted text. So I'm gonna hopefully I'll be able to fix the tags, but in case I don't. I don't know why I do that, where I'll just like scroll back and forth. Ooh. I wonder if it's like I don't know, it feels weirdly soothing. I think because it makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. Alright. Material colonization? Okay. This is something I'm gonna have to go through the Wikipedia library for, the way that I did for this article. So, the cool thing about the Wikipedia library is that it gives access to sources that I otherwise would not be able to read. There are some requirements for it. I think you have to have been editing for at least 6 months and have 500 edits and not be blocked. I think you also have to have 10 edits in the last month or something like that as well to keep your access. This is sure taking a long time to load. My computer's starting to get overheated. Seriously? A large number of results? How do I... Maybe if I search the offer instead? That's such an interesting last name. Okay, let's try something else. Oh, wow. This. Okay. Haha! I figured it out. I only want your essential cookies. Yeah. Let's read this. Not the next article. I thought that would just do the next page of the PDF. I was wrong. Alright. This is what I want, this arrow. Okay. That is an interesting playpen. I would not feel safe putting a baby in that. It's way too high up. Can be defined as the final stage of a domestication process of infants that had a slow start in the 19th century? A domestication process that more or less parallels the domestication of pets in Dutch households? The things you read in journals sometimes, jeez. I don't think I'm gonna be getting much out of this, honestly. Other than information about how playpens can be put in living rooms. Wait, this might be useful for the history section, which is direly bad. You can tell I'm editing at 1 a.m. Direly bad. No, I mean it's direly needed. Okay. That's interesting. think. I don't want to put too much emphasis on that, just in case. Because it's a might. It'd be better if I could just find the original source there. Because I know sometimes it's sort of like a game of telephone, right? When you're going with citations. Because sometimes people cite someone else who's citing someone else who's citing someone else, and it just gets lost in translation. So, especially for a might, I don't want to be too definitive sounding. So that's page 7. But does it at least... So it's actually page 293, okay. Wait. She's citing herself. So she wouldn't be getting it wrong. Oh, published online 2015, but it was originally published 2013. Okay. back here. Because I don't want to say trend, because this is basically how they look now. So I guess this design, that's how I'm going to say it. Does that sound weird? Little is known about these early playpens, which may have also been referred to as walking frames. Playpens that mimic modern designs existed by the 1920s and were sold to upper-class families that had a nursery. This design may have been influenced by a lack of domestic servants available at the time. Yeah, that sounds fine. Ah, yeah, okay. Let's see if this doesn't give me an error message. Here we go. Alright. Okay. I'm trying to think, should I create a new section for that? I'll just add it to the lead. I have an article on that. I am going to make it a separate section, actually, because this mentions how there's limited research about playpens in general. Okay. Is there not an... What is up with this field? Position within resource. I don't trust that. This is a better URL anyway. That's my ref name 1, is it, Slate? Yeah, it is, okay. I'm gonna not make that a 1. I'm gonna change that. That's the thing about Visual Editor. It doesn't give good ref names. Okay, let's make sure I don't have any errors here. Nope. Honestly, I don't think I can have a big enough research section, so what I'll probably do is talk about how parenting debates exist, and then tie that into the lack of research and this specific research result. I'll explain the whole parenting debate later. Don't want to fearmonger about playpens. How do I phrase this? Okay, now I feel like I'm insulting parents. Um, Haha! I think I figured it out. I was checking the licenses on the photos because it affects what license I put in for the YouTube video. Because there's the normal one, and then you can do Creative Commons with attribution. Hopefully that's good enough, because I don't really see other options unless I'm missing YouTube requirements, unless I'm missing YouTube settings somewhere. But if I'm ever doing anything that requires licensing to, you know, be the same, then just assume that, you know, like, I'm not trying to restrict people's use if I am using a license that requires it to be released under the same license. Yeah. Alright. I think that's all I want to do for today, because I don't know how I'm gonna talk about the debates regarding Playpen usage. Maybe somebody else can do that, or when I get bored I'll come back to it. But I've already spent a lot of time doing this as it is. It's better than it was. Like, there's this paragraph now, there's this small paragraph now. This paragraph didn't exist before. I've almost doubled the amount of text. Like, a little under doubled, I think. But definitely progress. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I appreciate it more than you know. If you want to watch more content like this, feel free to like and subscribe. I will also have a playlist that will hopefully pop up on the side here.